Billy, just a phenomenal game today, 48-3 over a very good Michigan State football team, 7-2 coming in. Just talk about today, man. Did you expect it to go as well as it did today?
I mean, we had a decent week of preparation. Tuesday, Wednesday practice were kind of iffy in some moments. But again, game day, things come together. Again, the adrenaline, the emotions, the brotherhood that we always talk about, kind of things kind of went in together today. Total team effort. Again, offense domination, defense, special teams, everybody came together, so we're real happy about it.
You guys always enjoy wins, and I'm assuming you're going to enjoy this one extra because of the team that you beat, what it meant for the conference championship, and how you won. But as a captain of this team and somebody who always is kind of a deep thinker, does it make it less sweet a little bit knowing that things didn't go the way they should have a week ago? And how much do you think about what if in a situation when you look like one of the top 5 teams in the country today?
Yeah, I necessarily don't want to think about what if moments type. Because again, football, you have to have a short memory. And again, you go through highs and lows throughout the season. And that's what makes football enjoyable, especially college football, because in any weekend, anybody can win, anybody can lose. So, looking back at last week, again, just mistakes that you have to be accountable for. Guys have to make sure we go out and execute. So, this week you see a product. Everybody went out and executed. Everybody's on the same page, and we had fun out there.
Does it just seem weirder now? What happened?
I mean, yeah. Again, from a fan's perspective, yeah, you can sit there and go, there's 2 different teams that show up, and again, you start seeing stuff, you start reading stuff, and everybody's like, hey, what team's going to show up? The championship team or the team that can't complete a pass. So again, going out there again, executing at a high level, again, total confidence in the coaches, and we came back, bounced back, and we're on a high right now.
What's the 51 streak mean to you, Billy, and Urban raved about you in the press conference today?
It's huge. Again, you go down in Ohio State history, something that not many people get the opportunity to do. It's a blessing also to again make sure that you give credit to those who deserve it. The athletic training staff, Tyler Deem and I, every Sunday taking care of myself. Again, anything that aches, pains on the sideline, taking care of. Again, the strength staff as well too. Coach Mick and the crew, those guys. Again, I wouldn't be able to do what I've been able to do if it wasn't for the people around me.
Did you imagine this though, Billy, when you came here? Anything like this? It's incredible.
No, I don't think anybody comes in and says, hey, I want to go, break a record. That's an Ohio State legend. Again, I'm just out there doing my job, trying to stay healthy, and again, enjoying the process.
Billy, what's the closest that streak got broken? There were times you were either sick or times you were...
To be honest with you, again, I answered this during a week or something I interviewed about it, and it was like, I haven't had a moment. Again, pretty healthy. I try to make sure I set myself up with habits and take care of my body. If something aches on Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be really achy on Saturday. So getting those addressed ahead of things, that's really what really makes a difference. So.
Hey, Urban said you kind of took over the locker room last week, just to set people's minds. Let's talk about what happened there. Anyway.
I think again everybody was kind of stunned from a loss, and you sit back and you just what happened. And again, everybody's asking what happened. And again, we still had all of our goals in front of us. And again, you have to make sure that guys don't start to deteriorate in units and people start turning their backs on each other and pointing fingers. So, as a captain, as an offensive leader, it's my job. My job and the other guys in the offense, JT, Marco, and the receivers, keep everybody in a positive note, keep everybody moving in the right direction. Again, because we had everything in front of us to still play for. So,
Billy, I don't want to dwell on it, but what did happen from your perspective? Now a week away,
again, little breakdowns. Again, short memory, going back and going. We watched the film. Address what happened during the week of practice. Come into this week, fresh mind, fresh slate, and go out there and have some fun.
Billy, is this the offensive line's finest hour, at least this season? This is team number 3 in the country against the run.
Yeah, again, we talked to our coaches. They came in with a really, really good game plan, understood what they were going to do, the adjustments to some of our formations, execute at a high level, and you start to see good things happen. So again, we're doing our job as a whole. Everybody's executing, JT was executing, everybody's doing their job. So that's kind of what you see with that product.
Billy, on Mike's first touchdown, it looks like you got not 1, 2 big blocks to spring in there. Do you remember that play at all in particular? Does that stand out to you?
Was that the one Mike went down for like 80 yards or something like that?
The first one, I think it was like 47. You got 1 block to your right, and then you turn around.
Oh, yeah. Just based on they were blitzing, they were bringing the end was crashing, making sure again. Demetrius Knox was coming from the backside. Again, I felt him was able to come back off of the linebacker, open up that hole, and again, Mike's doing what Mike's supposed to do. Again, running north and south, running with some tenacity, and again, I told him at the sideline, I said, I thought you were going to get caught. In the second one, too, so I thought you were going to get caught. You're getting a little, but he's, again, it's nice to see when the offense is clicking. Guys are healthy, going out there executing at a high level.
I know you don't like, and you did a good job deflecting the attention from yourself here, but is that a perfect play for an offensive lineman or a center? Get 2 big blocks and then spring a long touchdown run?
Yeah, being that we're uncovered, that's kind of the advantage of it itself, is make sure that we help our guards, left guard, right guard, whatever the case it is, and then get up on a second level player and make sure that you impose your will on somebody, and again running backs are doing what they're supposed to do.
What do you think it says about this team that when you have a disappointment like last week, that this is the way you guys respond?
I mean, we came in, we went back to the basics. We always talk about making sure that, our core fundamentals, 4 to 6, A to B, competitive excellence and making sure guys are on point. That's kind of the theme that we went into the week with. Just seeing a lot of guys who are focused again, in the week of practice itself, Tuesday, Wednesday, you might have a little bit of mishaps. The coaching staff worked really, really hard this week to make sure that our guys were prepared, the game plan going forward, and, you see the product when everybody's on the same page. So I'm really happy.
How clearly different was it this week? Were there things that were just obviously different than it was going into last week's game?
I mean, it comes down to execution. I mean, we had a pretty good game plan going into against Iowa. Just little breakdowns here and there. So that's literally the only difference this week. Last week, guys executed, went in there, didn't think too much, and just got off the ball and had some fun.
Billy, I think a lot of people have been waiting for the team to show this much commitment to the run. How much better do you feel like you are when you're relying on J.K. and Mike and even JT to
I mean, we as an offense, again, I want to put the game on me. I want to make sure that we control the line of scrimmage and we get off, start to dominate again. In the first half, we set the tempo, we set the tone. If you get your run game going, the pass game starts to open up. And I continue to preach this, and that's our coaching staff, Coach Wilson, Coach Stud, and everybody on the offense made sure that happened. And again, develop the run, set the tone, and especially in a Big Ten, a physical Big Ten game like it is against Michigan State, who it's always a slugfest. Everybody struggles to get yards, gain yards here, and again, when the offensive line sets the tempo, comes out, it comes out hard like we did today, you see good things happen.
You were on the team 2 years ago when you lost to Michigan State and then went up to Michigan. Do you sense a similar feeling as to the way an Urban Meyer team bounces back like that?
I mean, in both those years, it was kind of different situations itself. So it's in 14 when we went up there, again, very, very talented teams. In 15 when they came here, we just it comes down to execution. And football can be a struggle if guys don't execute. Football can be really easy when guys do. So it's all about putting a man on a man and executing.
But the bounce back against Michigan the next week compared to this week, like you guys
Michigan,
were able to bounce back.
Yeah, that was huge. Again, you set yourself up. Make offensive coaches come up with a good game plan and go out there and have some fun.
But Billy, you lose, and then you guys pound it the next week. Is that a coincidence, or is that something that when you guys look inside yourselves and say we got to get refocused, that ends up being let's be physical and run it?
Yeah, and yes. I mean, the coaches are the ones who make the decision for it. Again, we continue to say, hey, run the ball. But coaches came in with a good game plan. Stuck to the run, dedicated themselves to it, and you saw some really good things today.
Billy, when you know that it's a game plan,
Two more questions for Billy.
Do you get more excited? Do you talk to your guys this week that you know the game plan, you lay it out before them? This is a different kind of mentality we need.
Yeah, I mean, but you feel that during practice itself. You feel it on Tuesday. You feel it on Wednesday, and it's kind of experimental because again, you got to see which runs work, which runs don't work. How guys react, and those are some of the situations where you start to gain more confidence because again, you come in on Tuesday, you get a packet of paper, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's 8 solid runs that we loved.
Billy,
so I mean, it's good stuff for us.
And that's what this kind of excites you a little more maybe in the line.
I mean, yeah, but you see us in past weeks, still dedicating ourselves to the run. So when you start to see, solid runs and, guys are, executing at a high level and we're confident in what we're doing, a lot of good things happen.
Billy, one more Carmen, Ohio for you. Have you thought much about that coming up?
What's that again for?
One more Carmen, Ohio for you.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. I mean, again, you come down to it. I've been here for 5 years, been lucky enough to be part of a lot of really, really great wins, some tough losses, and, we're down to the last one. So it's bittersweet. Next week's going to be emotional. I've already prepared my mom. It's going to be an emotional one now. So again, just go out on a high note. Again, your career is made on Saturdays, and you continue to craft and mold those days in your image and what the fans think and what your coaches think, etc. So just go out there on Saturdays, execute at a high level, and leave everything you can out there.
Have you prepared after you broke his record? Reach out to him?
Yeah, he actually texted me on Thursday or Friday, whatever day it was. So I got to share a couple words with him. So it's huge. Again, you have an Ohio State legend in the books, and having him, being able to communicate with him, talk to him, and he was an old coach of mine too. So it's a good moment for us. So.
The way you're officially tougher than he is now.
What?
Are you officially tougher than he is now?
Luke Fickell. That's all I got to say is Luke Fickell. Am I right, Jerry? Luke Fickle.
The way Coach Meyer talked about you, you're going to have to prepare him next week too, emotionally.
Oh yeah. I mean, but he's involved. I mean, in so much, and you start to develop those relationships, especially with the head coach, my position coach. I mean, it's going to be tough. Again, you know, I spent 2 years with Coach Stead, 5 years with Coach Meyer, and everybody in the staff itself. So I mean, again, you start to develop that trust, those great relationships, and just making sure that I do my job, and he trusts me. And that's again, when I had the Aaron snap that went over, the JT said this in the first one, he said, "You all right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good. I just a little too twitched up. Fired the ball back a little too fast. And other than that, we're going to be okay."
Billy, this is a team that hasn't given up a 100-yard rusher this year. You guys had 2 today. I don't know, where does this go mantle-wise, just for the offensive line, about getting it done? I mean, and when did you know earlier in the week that y'all were going to lean on the line like you did?
Just when my man here asked the question, I mean, it's the same thing. You go into a game plan, you have some confident runs, not a lot of thinking to do, just go in, put the ball down, go have some fun, and just go dominate. So having 2 guys go over 100 yards, again, that goes to show, the balance that Coach Alford's found, the balance that the offensive coaches have found between JK and Mike. Again, both those guys are executing, they're running the ball hard, they're running through stuff. And life is good, so we're happy with it.
Are you a legend?
No, I'm not a legend. I'm doing my job.